Well, welcome, Grizzlies fans, to another Goffstown Wrestling home match. Tonight we welcome Bishop Guertin, and it looks like we're going to get tonight's matchup started at 120 pounds. We're going to see Brandon Demers, sophomore, second-year wrestler for Goffstown. Last year wrestled at 113 pounds, so he's up a weight class from last year, and automatically goes right into a nice takedown less than 20 seconds into the match. And that's exactly how Brandon wants to start this match for the Grizzlies. He wants to get this match going off on the right foot. Bishop Guertin's got a fairly good team. They're going to be contesting for a state title at the end of the season. So this is going to be a tough matchup for the Grizzlies. Again, a young team that the Grizzlies bring in. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, only a couple upperclassmen. So as we see here at 120 pounds with Brandon Demers, first match of the night, we see a sophomore in the lineup. He's wrestling a sophomore, Randall Brown, for Bishop Guertin. Going to get a restart here. Brandon's doing a good job of, looks like he's might be barring that up on that far side or working a one-on-one. Just trying to dig out that one-on-one. Now he's got a one-on-one on both sides. Looking for a half there on that far side. He's going to want to roll that one-on-one in and start running that half. Good change over there for Brandon. Good breakdowns. Got a minute left to go in the first period with Brandon up 1-0. Nice cross wrist series. Looked like he was trying to run there. Been working at a lot in practice, the cross wrist series, breaking your opponent down, almost a baseball bat we call it. Looks like we're going to get a restart. Pretty close to the edge of the mat there. Demers riding pretty tough on top. Looks like he's trying to work that head there, a little three-quarter. Washington ride on that far side, going down to the wrist. Short time on top for Brandon, but a good ride out. He's gonna, looks like he's gonna end this period up 2-0. He's gonna work that half. He's not gonna have enough time as the period's gonna run out. So a good period for Demers, just getting the Grizzlies going. Nice quick takedown. Rode pretty good on top. Wrestling a pretty tough opponent, so sometimes it's tough to turn. We're going to start the second period neutral. Demers known for his really good high crotch. He's got some good dumps. So there you go right there, high crotch to a double. He's going to want to get his head to the outside there on that double, which he does. Turns the corner really nice for another 2. So that's going to be 4-0 in favor of Demers here. Again, he's got to know where he is on that mat. He's going to want to try to circle back in. Doesn't really want to get a restart. I'd want to work this opponent pretty hard. And now they go out of bounds, so they're going to get a restart. So I know Demers is going to be wanting to try to work his breakdowns. Looks like for a couple times there, he's working to try to roll some one-on-ones, cross wrist series. So he's been doing a good job of going from move to move on top. Looks like he might be trying to ball and chain there. So he looks like he's barring that up on that side. He's got nice wrist control here. Rolling in that 2-on-1 on that far side. And now it looks like he's got a half. Now he's got to run that. He's going to run it right through his head. He's got to kind of sink his chest here, which he does. Nice job of doing that. He's got to keep that one-on-one, sink his chest. He's got plenty of time. He's got 50 seconds left, and that looks like it's going to be deep. Lifting up on the head, which is exactly what he wants to do, and he's going to pick up a fall at 120 pounds. So great match for Brandon Demers, getting the Grizzlies going really quick there. A nice 6 points for the team. So nice job with Brandon Demers. Starting the match, that's exactly how you want to start that match. You want to get momentum going, especially with a tough team like BG coming in, and especially with a really tough matchup coming in at 126 pounds. Arguably one of BG's best wrestlers in Jesse Broku. He's just a sophomore, but really good wrestler, probably one of the best in the state, and he's going to be facing Nathaniel Fowler for the Grizzlies. So Fowler's got his hands tied with Jesse Broku, and you see right away with a quick takedown, he's going to throw in his leg there. Again, Jesse Broku, known for riding some legs. He's riding crossbody there. So Fowler's going to have to get out, and he does a nice job of scissoring out of that leg. So he doesn't have any more boots in. So now Fowler can kind of get up and go. Looks like he's trying to sit out, but he's going to get caught. Doesn't want to give up back points that quick. About 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in the first period. Fowler down 2-0 with that quick takedown by Broku. Can't really tell. It looks like Broku's running maybe a cross wrist series on there. He's going to get some back points here. So you can see the ref counting. Once he gets to a 5 count, that's going to award 3 points to Jesse. So he gets that. So that's going to bring the score to 5-0. And he's going to go through another roll through there. And he's going to get 2 more back points. So that's going to bring a score to a quick 7-0 in favor of Jesse Broku over Nathaniel Fowler. So Fowler, a third-year wrestler. He was at 120 pounds, so again, up a weight class. He was 4th at D2s last year. Really good season he had last year, and he's actually putting together a good season this year. Looked like Broku was almost trying a lady maker there. So that's going to be illegal. So potentially dangerous is going to call. And we're going to get a restart, 7-0 with just under 20 seconds left to go in the first period. So Fowler's got to get up and moving because Jesse's known for quick breakdowns. He's going to throw a leg in if he can. And nice job with Fowler getting 1 point at the end of that first period. He's going to get tossed to his back, so that's going to be a 2-point move, potentially 5-point move, 9-1. Fowler's doing a really good job of trying to get his shoulder up there, which he does. It is going to be a 5-point move, so that's going to bring us to 12-1. They have 9-1 on the scoreboard, but I believe it should be 12-1. It was 7-1 on the restart, 2 and then 3, so that's 12-1. Fowler's going to start the second period on top. So Jesse really quick off the whistle there. So you can see the coach is telling him let go of the leg. We don't want to be on that leg there. He's looking for, Broku is looking for a lady maker, which BG is pretty much known for. A little inside trip there, but Fowler was doing a good job getting his hips back. 13-1 in favor of Jesse Broku. 15 points is a tech, so he's pretty quick away from it. Again, looking for that spladle is Broku. So you can see him digging for that leg. He's trying to step over the other leg, the bottom leg, and that's going to give him that spladle. So if Fowler was smart, he'd let go of that leg that he's on. He wants to let go of that leg there so he doesn't get into that spladle position. BG's known for big moves, spladles, ice picks, headlocks. So I'm sure the coaching staff for the Grizzlies have been working that all week, making sure that they're staying away from moves like that. 15-1 as a score. He's 1 point away from a tech. So Broku might let him up and try for a takedown. If he does, then that would be it, or a turn would be it. So Fowler trying just to stay in the match here with 30 seconds left to go. Again, wrestling arguably one of the best kids in the state at 126 pounds with Jesse Broku. Fowler staying in the match, 15-2. About 20 seconds left to go in the second period. So you can tell the coaching staffs, we don't want to be ear to ear, and what that means is when we're ear to ear, a lot of times that'll be right there. What we see is we're almost reaching in for that headlock sometimes when we go ear to ear. So we want to be forehead to forehead. So a lot of times you'll see the wrestlers, if they are ear to ear, try to pummel out the forehead to forehead. That'll hopefully keep away big moves like a headlock. And we're going to start neutral here in the third period. 15-2 as a match score in favor of Jesse Broku over Nathaniel Fowler. Coach Devering in the corner for the Grizzlies, telling Nathaniel Fowler not to kind of get baited into those headlocks, wants to lower his level, watch his ties. Drops down to the single, but that's sometimes not good, especially against a kid like Jesse Broke, who he might be looking for that spladle again. So you can hear Coach Detchen in the corner for the Grizzlies saying no high crotches. Tendency of getting chin whipped, which almost was one there. So that's going to be a tech, and if Fowler can fight off his back, it'll be a tech, but he can't, and that's going to be a pin. So back-to-back pins, that's going to tie the match score up 6-6. Going into 132 pounds. 6-6 as a team score. We're going to see a junior for Bishop Guertin, Stephen Bouchard, and we are going to see a freshman, again, a young team here for the Grizzlies. We are going to see freshman Seth Osborne. Another first varsity year wrestler for the Grizzlies here. Heavy freshman, sophomore class. So, again, a young team wrestling a junior. Nice little shot there, but again, couldn't finish. Got to get to those corners quick, especially when we're undersized at a weight class, which we are a little bit here at 132 pounds. We can see the size difference. So when we get into those shots, we got to turn the corner really quick. Looks like he might be looking for a bar on that top side there. He's going to be stepping over his head. Actually, he just juiced the shoulder, which we call juicing the shoulder, trying to get that shoulder into the mat. So it's going to be at least 5-0 unless we get a pin here. Bouchard's going under the head, which is going to put his opponent's shoulders to the mat, which he does, and he's going to pick up the pin for Bishop Guertin at 132 pounds. It's going to give them a team score of 12-6 going into 138 pounds. We're going to see what could be Bishop Guertin's best wrestler in Zach Rio. Just a sophomore. Really good wrestler for Bishop Guertin. So it looks like they're not wrestling Ryan Cody. Ryan Cody's been injured. He's been battling some injuries, and right away Rio is in on a shot. So he's been battling some injuries, so not sure Cody's ready to go yet. Usually we'll see Ryan Cody at 138 pounds. He's been battling a wrist injury all week. Just got back into practice really in the last few days. So I think the coaching staff just wants to rest Cody, not get him injured, especially against an opponent as good as Ryu here. If you remember last year, Ryu, pretty good matchup against Jack St. Jean, one of Goffstown's former great wrestlers, now at Springfield wrestling his college career, but Jack St. Jean wrestled Ryu in a pretty good match, and Jack took care of business then, but now it's going to be a different story with Ryu. And Ryu trying to pick up the pin. That'll give Bishop Guertin an 18-6 lead. And this is something the coaching staff expected. This is Bishop Guertin's kind of heart of the lineup. Really strong here in these last few weight classes going into 145 pounds. Going to see a freshman in Bishop Guertin at 145 pounds, James Murphy. And it looks like we're going to see Halpern at 145 pounds. Yeah, it looks like they're going to send out Tobey Halpern. I think that they were debating whether or not they were going to wrestle Amelio Barrier here at 145 pounds, who was the 152-pound, kind of got injured, got down. So now he's actually been wrestling at 145 pounds, which is Halpern's weight. So there's been some jostling in the lineup a little bit, but Tobey Halpern, just another freshman, again, a freshman in the lineup. So we got, looks like freshman versus freshman here. James Murphy for Bishop Guertin and Tobey Halpern for the Grizzlies. He's going to get put to his back. That's going to be a 5-point move unless he can pick up the pin for Bishop Guertin. He does a nice job of stepping over. He's picking up the head. He's heavy on that chin there. And he is going to pick up the pin for Bishop Guertin. Again, they're known for pins. So a lot of their wins come by pins, and that's why they're really, really dangerous in state tournaments or really any tournaments. They pick up a lot of bonus points, as they have done tonight. So that's going to bring us around to 152 pounds. And now we are going to see Amelio Barrier at 152 pounds. Fresh in the lineup, he's been hurt, been battling a concussion. Actually got a concussion way back in the Salem tournament, which was in the beginning of the season. Couldn't get cleared, couldn't get it back on the mat, and finally has been, and with his time away from the mat, as you see a high crotch attempt and a dump attempt from Barrier. Finally got back in the lineup, and now his weight is down. He's got to look at not getting tossed, which he does. He's got to keep his hips down. Nice job for Barrier getting his hips, strong hips there. So we got a nice little scramble here, no points awarded, and we're going to have a nice takedown for Barrier. So nice job of scrambling there. And this is a tough contest for Amelio Barrier at 152 pounds. First of all, he's given up some weight because his weight is down, and he's wrestling a junior in Matt Frechette. Matt Frechette is a good wrestler for Bishop Guertin. He's one of the captains as he's going for a spladle. Again, what they're known for. Bishop Guertin is known for spladles, and he's going to pick up a pin there. And that's exactly what Bishop Guertin does. They spladle. And that's something you've got to be looking for if you're a Goffstown wrestler. You've got to be looking for headlocks, got to be looking for spladles. So I know that's a disappointing showing for Amelio. As we enter into 160 pounds. We're going to see for Bishop Guertin, I think this is Matt Ha. I'm not 100% sure. On the roster they have Dan Franco, but I'm pretty sure that they're bumping up Dan Franco because this is not Dan Franco. So I'm not sure who Bishop Guertin sends out, but this is going to be Axl Cabello for Goffstown Grizzlies, who's off to a quick start. Nice takedown. He's got to get up, turn the corner away from his head, not to him. Does not want to do that. So that is not what he wanted to do there. He was in on that double. Again, he wants to get away from his head, turn the corner. So we're going to get a reversal, 2-2, and an escape, 3-2 in favor of Axl. So Axl's just got to wrestle under control here. He doesn't want to be getting into any nice double leg there. It looks like he got into a single, but nice takedown, nice finish. Turn the corner there a lot quicker. Looks like he's going far knee, far ankle. Nice little breakdown. He's got a 2-on-1 there. Minute left to go. 5-2 is the score. He's got a near ankle and a half. He's going to try to sky that near ankle. And as he's skying the near ankle, he wants to reverse that half there. Wants to reverse the half there, but can't. Does a nice job getting back behind the elbows. He's got to know where he is. He doesn't want to turn him here. He wants to bring him back into the center of the mat, circle back in. Doesn't want to turn him out of bounds. Doesn't want to waste all that energy. And they're going to get out of bounds with 40 seconds left to go in the first period. Axl Cabello up 5-2, team score of 30-6. So we knew this going into this match, a lot of bonus points, a lot of pin points. We were hoping to avoid, but haven't yet. Looked to be like a locking hands, but wasn't seen there by the ref, so that's good for the Grizzlies. 25 seconds left to go in the first period. Cabello up 5-2. Doesn't want to give up a reversal this late. Wants to be a heavy crossface there. So he wants to be heavy crossface almost to the tricep of the other arm is what you want to do on that crossface. Wasn't exactly deep on that crossface, but a nice job elevating that near ankle. Has a half. Not sure if he has a one-on-one on that, but he looks like he's got a near ankle and half. So he's doing some good things there, working breakdowns. Bishop Guertin's going to defer to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are going to have choice. They're going to go neutral to start the second period, 5-2 in favor of Axl Cabello. So it looks like they gave a caution. Both of the athletes there, their toes weren't on the line. So gave them a caution for each athlete. Again, got to be looking for headlocks, and he walked right into it. So that's just, a sophomore wrestling, not looking for that stuff. So just completely walked into the headlock. And he's going to pick up a pin. So that's disappointing. Up 5-2 and walking into a headlock. which I know the coaching staff has been going over that. So that's a disappointing loss for Cabello. So that's going to bring our team score 36-6, and that's going to bring us to 170. That was 160. 170 is going to be Dan Franco for Bishop Guertin, and Grizzlies are not going to wrestle a 170-pounder. So that's going to bring us to 182 pounds. We're going to see senior co-captain David Gibson at 182 pounds for the Grizzlies. Normally a 170-pounder, wrestling up a little bit here at 182 pounds. He's going to be wrestling junior Andrew Ha. David Gibson has been having a great season. He was third at the Blue Devil Classic, third at Hollis Brookline Nor'easter, and he was a sixth place finisher at Lowell Holidays, which again, arguably the toughest tournament in New England besides the New England Wrestling Championships. So that was a great tournament that he had, a grueling 2-day tournament. David Gibson wrestled really well in those 2 days and managed to place top 6 in that tournament. So outstanding performance for Gibson at the Lowell Holidays. Again, a great season for him so far. He's got to keep that momentum going into, now we have the heart of our season coming up. This weekend is the Tough Timberlane tournament. Nice shot there by Gibson. Looks like he's got a single leg there. Wants to elevate it, good, coming to his legs with that. He's shelving it, as we call that. He's got to watch for, spladles, but I don't think he's going to be able to get spladled there. But looks like he's got a cradle locked up, so that's going to give him a 2-point takedown and a cradle locked up. So he's doing a nice job of circling there. He's got the cradle locked up. Wants to try to step over that leg, which he does. Nice job of that. Let's go with the cradle. He's going to get 2 near fall points, so it's going to bring 4-0 as a match score in favor of David Gibson. So the Grizzlies, again, have a couple tough tournaments coming up. They have the Timberlane tournament on Saturday, and then a week from that, they have the Concord Classic, which is always a tough tournament. And that's going to really end tournament season until, obviously, the states meet at champions and then New England's for whoever qualifies. So this is really the heart of the season coming up. January, February, important months in the wrestling season. And they're going to be put to the test these next couple of weeks, especially at Timberlane and Concord. So David Gibson riding pretty tough on top. He's got a one-on-one on that side. Looks like he's trying to work that half on the other side. 10 seconds left to go. 4-0 in favor of David Gibson. 42-6 in favor of Bishop Guertin. Nice mat return there. Taking the face there, so nice job. So nice period all in all for David Gibson. Up 4-0. Bishop Guertin's going to defer, and Gibson's going to go down to start the second period. Been working on quick restarts, outside stand-ups, so let's see what Gibby goes to here in this second period. So right away going to that outside stand-up. Don't mind the cautionary, he's trying to beat the whistle. Actually gave a caution to Bishop Guertin, he wasn't lined up right, so. Let's see if Gibby goes to that outside stand-up again. Looks like he tried to, but quick breakdown. So he's got that bar on that side, that near side, barred up. Nice job of Gibby hipping down there. So it looks like now he's got nothing. So nice little stand up there. So nice job being patient there with Gibby, not putting himself out of position, not wanting to get turned. So just did a good job of being patient, getting hand control, making sure his feet were clear, and then up and out. So that's a senior wrestler right there. So that just comes with knowing yourself, knowing where you are on the mat, knowing where your opponent is. So nice job there, and he avoids the headlock. So you can see the difference between a freshman and sophomore who walk into a headlock and David Gibson, a senior, who kind of just shucked that headlock by. So that's going to bring him to 7-0 with the escape and the takedown. Almost got a turn there, but no count. Got to have at least a 2 count to get any near fall points. Looks like he's always trying to lock up a far side cradle, but he's going far arm, near ankle there. He's coming out to the side there. Looks like he's got his arm, far arm, again looking just far arm, near ankle, stepping through, maybe looking for a Turk there. 15 seconds left to go in the second period. David Gibson up 7-0. As they go out of bounds, they're going to get a restart. So Gibby up a little bit of a weight class, cuts down a little bit to 170, so I'm sure he's welcoming being at 182. Doesn't have that much of a hard cut this week. Plus they get 2 pounds, so technically he could have weighed in at 184 today. Nice job following there, trapping the arm. So nice job not giving up any late points. 7-0. It's going to be Bishop Guertin's choice in the third period since they deferred in the second. And it looks like they're going to go down. And they're going to go neutral. So they were looking like down. The coaching staff was looking down. Then they went neutral. So we're going to start neutral. And again, Gibson's got to have that in his head. Watch headlock. Watch any desperation moves. So definitely looking for headlock here is Bishop Guertin. Gibby's got to know that. Smart thing to do would just be to go underneath, which he just did. Attacking that near side leg, switching off to a double. Wants to get his hips heavy here, hip down. Doesn't want to get into a spladle, so we want to hip down there as we're turning the corner. So nice job there. He wants to cross-face hard there. Wants to cross-face hard, possibly lock up a cradle, looks like. Once he has that cradle locked up, that's going to be a takedown. No takedown yet. 7-0. Wants to scoot his hips out. He does, and now that's going to be 2. Wants to get his hips up here, try to get his other boot in, which he is. Going to extend and does a nice job of getting some near fall points. I think he got a 2 count there. So that's going to be a wash. He's going to give up 2 but get 2. So it's going to be 2-2. 11-2 as a match score. Can't really tell from my angle what BG's working on top. Looks like he's got a one-on-one. Potentially looking for a power half there on top. And Gibby's going to get a David Gibson's going to get a stall call. Wants to try to work up to his base, try to get his hand free there. Wants to work that bar out. And again, as you're wrestling, you got to know where you are on the mat. Wow, this would be a big upset. And they're out of bounds. Kind of got lucky there. They called him out of bounds. I thought they were in. Grizzlies might have got away with one there. Gibby's got 8 seconds to fight off here. 11-4, unless anything drastic happens. Looks like he's going to win this match. Again, up a weight class. He's going to get a win for the Grizzlies. Probably not his best match. I think he'd probably say the same. But a good win nonetheless for him. And that's going to bring us to 195 pounds. We're going to see senior, so back-to-back seniors here for the Grizzlies. We're going to see senior Xavier Young for the Grizzlies, and he's going to be wrestling senior Anthony Dowd, so senior versus senior. And Young, a little bit undersized at 195 pounds, but really, really strong. So they're going to get a restart. The clock wasn't set. So we're just going to get a redo here. Now the clock is set. So we're just going to get a restart. So Young, a little bit undersized here at 195 pounds, which I was saying, but super strong wrestler. He's just got to be aware of his size, so you can kind of see the size difference right now between Bishop Guertin and Xavier Young. Xavier Young's going to have the speed against his opponents. He's really quick at 195 pounds, but he's just got to watch his ties. He's got to watch not getting into a throwing battle. Nice job getting down to that single, switching off to a double, and that's his bread and butter right there. When he can get to that double, turn the corner really quick, which he did, that's what he can do well. When he does turn that, he's got to keep his hips there. So nice job of keeping his hips square to the mat. 2-0, about 1:15 seconds left to go in the first period. Nice job of riding heavy here. So senior versus senior at 195 pounds. So Bishop Guertin's pretty much got this duel locked up as far as team scores go. Xavier is going to want to go neutral, so he's going to give his opponent a point, but that's where he's good at. He's good neutral. As long as he's getting to those doubles, turning those corners real quick, he should be fine. Wants to make sure that he's using his levels good. Doesn't want to be kind of in a bull match. Nice job again getting to that, switching off to a double, and that's exactly what he needs to be doing. He should be getting back points here, in which he is. So that's going to be 6-1. So 2 takedowns and 2 near falls for Xavier Young is going to bring us to 6-1. 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Let's see if he goes neutral again. And they are. So they're going to go neutral. It's going to be 6-2. So you can see the Bishop Guertin trying to go to those headlocks. Xavier Young right there did a nice job of just dropping down. So if your opponent's going for that headlock and you think he's almost going to get it, just drop down to the mat. They can't headlock you from there. So he did a good job of just lowering his level there. So again, Dowd's going to be looking for these headlocks against Xavier, and I'm sure Xavier knows that. So nice job pummeling from forehead to forehead. Short time left, 10 seconds left to go. See if he can pick up one more takedown. He's gonna. That's gonna be 8-2, and he's gonna want to finish on top here. He's not gonna want to let him go again. And that's gonna be the end of the first period. So nice first period for Xavier Young. A lot of good takedowns, 3 takedowns in that first period. Grizzlies are gonna defer to Bishop Guertin. Bishop Guertin's gonna have choice in the second period, and they're gonna choose neutral. So you know when they're choosing neutral here, they're going for the headlocks. And right away, he's elevating his body, going for that headlock, right? So he's just gonna roll right through that. Nice job, Young, doing that. So sometimes I would love it when I knew my opponent, that's the only thing that they could do is a headlock. That to me was awesome, because you can just look for it, lower your level, go underneath the headlock. You can roll through a headlock. So it looked like he was pummeling in. He might have been getting to the face there, was Dowd. So they're going to get an unnecessary roughness point in favor of Xavier Young. That's going to be 9-2 for a match score. Going to that single again. Dowd looked like he's going for a front head, stuffing the front head, working toward that corner, but they're going to go out of bounds. So we're going to get a restart with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. Xavier Young up 9-2. Looks like we might have some blood time. Yeah, it looks like Dowd's got a little bit of an issue with his forehead. Might have a cut there. So Bethany, the Grizzlies trainer, is going to get him patched up, and we'll be good to go. Coach Detchen in the corner talking to Xavier, obviously trying to tell him, you know, stay away from the headlocks. Working on his mat returns. Sure, he's trying to tell him any way we can go from feet to back. So he's been doing a really good job of going for those doubles, fishing for that half when you get to that double. Trying to end this match. Hopefully get 6 points for the Grizzlies. Trying to get momentum going back into the Grizzlies' favor. So you can tell, I mean, Bishop Guertin, they teach a lot of that big move stuff, which works at the high school level sometimes at this level. But once you get to the, you know, the meet a champion level, New England level, that stuff doesn't work. So again, another headlock, you know, headlock attempt. And again, it's going to work against your freshmen, inexperienced wrestlers. But against Xavier Young, hopefully that's not going to work. He knows it's coming. He's just going to lower his level, go underneath the headlock. Doesn't even want to tie up. I would just go right away, right into shots, underneath, go outside singles. 50 seconds left to go in the second period. Xavier Young up. Nice job of shooting him out, as we call that. And they're going to get a restart. 9-2 in favor of Xavier Young. About just under 50 seconds left to go in the second period. So we don't want to be pressuring in here. We want to be circling, not pressuring in. When we pressure in, we're going to lend ourselves to getting into that headlock. .25 seconds left to go in the second period. Again, Xavier's got to watch his pressure. Looks like Dowd's looking for some snap downs. Should be Grizzlies' choice in the third period. I think we deferred in the second. I think the Grizzlies deferred in the second, so it should be their choice. So let's see where they want to go. Let's see if they want to bring them neutral. And yeah, Coach Deverant right away going neutral. So we're going to start the third period on our feet, 9-2. Two minutes left to go in the match, 9-2 in favor of Xavier Young. Again, he's got to watch his pummeling. There's another headlock attempt. That might be headlock attempt number 10. I lost count. So it's obvious to not only Xavier, but probably everyone in the United States watching this match that Dowd's only move neutral is going to be a headlock. So if I were Xavier, I'd go outside single. You know, he's really quick to get into that single. Outside single, potentially changing off to doubles, just turn in that corner. Maybe even a snap down there. Making sure we're nice and low. So again, he's looking for headlocks. There's another headlock attempt. Just over a minute left to go in the third period. So again, pummeling in really hard. His opponent's coming straight at him. So we want to kind of cut the angle, circle. We don't want to be pressuring in, and there's another headlock attempt. Again, we want to lower our level on that headlock attempt because he's loading up for it, almost like a heavyweight, like punches, loading up that arm. So you can kind of see him loading that up. We want to go underneath it. It looks like Xavier's going to hit it with a stalling call, backing up. Doesn't really have to worry too much about those stalling calls. He's up 9-2. 25 seconds left to go in the third period. He's got a circle in there, so nice job circling in, and nice job getting underneath the headlock. 11-2. As we come back to our feet, 11-3. So the only thing now is a big move that can save Dowd in this match. He's down 8. He's going to be looking for that headlock, which again, headlock attempt number 30 maybe. And that's going to do it for this. So nice job with Xavier, avoiding all those headlock attempts. Nice match for him, picking up a major win, 11-3. That's going to give 4 points to the Grizzlies. And that's going to bring us to 220 pounds. And we're going to see Aiden Hughes for the Grizzlies, junior, first-year wrestler for the Grizzlies. He's been progressing really, really fast this season. So I think they're pretty confident in sending him out now in the varsity lineup at 220 pounds. He's going to be facing off against sophomore Aiden Shefchek. So just being in the room, Hughes just visibly is one of the hardest workers in the room, always working hard in practice. Picked up a couple of varsity wins for the Grizzlies in the last couple of weeks. In on a shot, he's going to be cross-faced there. He's got to watch getting that head to the outside. Might get ice picked here, and he does. And he is going to get pinned. So first-year wrestler, first time wrestling under the big light, and he's going to get hit with a big move. Again, Bishop Guertin known for those big moves. That's going to bring us to heavyweight. We're going to see Josh White at heavyweight for the Grizzlies. White's been battling an injury himself. Got hurt his ankle or his knee. I believe it was his ankle. So he was out of the lineup for a while. Placed second last year at D2s at 220 pounds. 4-year wrestler for the Grizzlies. Again, limited action in the last few weeks, so this is really, you know, kind of just getting his feet back under him. Was dealing with that ankle sprain. He's wrestling junior Nick Connerty. So White, strong wrestler, undersized a lot of the times at heavyweight, but quick at heavyweight. So that's where he's going to get his opponent. So nice job getting to the leg. Nice job cracking that hip down. Nice 2 points there. Nice 2-point takedown for White. So now he's just got to watch the rolls. Bishop Guertin, along with big moves, known for doing rolls. So he wants to keep that in the back of his mind. If he feels like he's getting out of position, give up one, give up an escape. You don't want to get rolled to your back. You don't want to go from being on top to being on your back. So he's got to watch that. So we're going to go neutral here. 2-1, 40 seconds left to go in the first period. He did a really good job of getting to that single and cracking the hip down. So let's see if he's going to go to that or possibly get into that quick double. So doing some nice level changes, some nice fakes, trying to get his opponent out of position. A little over 20 seconds left to go in the first period. Josh White up 2-1. Got to stay away from the big moves, so I'm sure that's in White's mind. So White's doing a nice job there, kind of level changing a little bit, going inside out. His opponent not doing too much level changing, so that's something you got to kind of watch. If you're level changing, he's not level changing with you, Bishop Guertin's going to start down in the second period. If he's not level changing with you, that's when you know that's time to go, time to get a shot. Time to kind of work that double, work that single, whatever your go-to shot is. But if he's not level changing with us, we got to know that. So he's going to come out to the side. Nice job, a little Washington ride out to the side, a little spiral ride action. Had his opponent broken down for just a little bit. So again, he's got to watch that roll. Don't want to break our hip down. We don't want to get our hip on the mat. So once we have our hip hit the mat, we want to be bouncing up. We do not want to get our hip down to the mat. That's when they can turn in, roll us. Washington ride on that side there, and so nice job of working that little bit of a tight waist Washington ride down to the wrist. So nice job riding pretty heavy on top. So if he gives up one here, it's not the end of the world. So he is going to go 2-2. I like White's action on his feet though. So as long as he can kind of keep that movement going, the shots are there. So you can see the angles. From where I'm looking, the shots are there. His opponent's not level changing with us, so the shots are there, his angles are there. It's just a matter of when White wants to pull the trigger. So just under a minute to go in the second period. Tie score 2-2. So again, standing up, and that's exactly, nice job of getting that shot. You just got to be quicker in finishing. So Josh did a really good job of getting into that shot, just stopped. So we don't want to get into a shot and stop. We want to get in and finish, get to that corner. So he got in and stopped, but did a really good job of kind of getting out, backing away, and just getting a restart. So 2-2 as they go out of bounds. White's going to get hit with a stall call. 15 seconds left to go. And we should be ready to go. 15 seconds left to go. Second period, tie score 2-2. Again, watch his ties. He's getting a little bit high in his stance, so he's got to watch that. And that's where we're going to end. 2-2, second period. Let's see where White's going to go. They're going to go neutral. So takedown's going to win this match. So 2 minutes. See what we can see what White can get going. Does not want to be in that tie. Does not want to be ear to ear. Wants to pummel out, go forehead to forehead. So nice job there, getting forehead to forehead. I don't see really a shot threat from Dowd, from the heavyweight here. So there's a takedown, but no shot threat. So White would have done better of getting to his shots, dictating that neutral position. So he kind of let that get away from him there. He let Bishop Guertin there kind of dictate that neutral. So it looks like he's trying to spiral up on top, and he's going to pick up the fall. So not a good period, third period for White, as Bishop Guertin's going to pick up another pin. That's going to bring us all the way around to 106 pounds. There's 2 matches left at 106 and at 113 pounds. Bishop Guertin is sending out a freshman, Liam Chapman, and Goffstown is sending out sophomore Mason Reeves, finally back into the lineup. Had limited action this season at 106 pounds, had some weight issues. Nice job getting to that double, elevating that double, going to the corner, going right to the half. Really nice job looking for that half. Your opponent going to give you that half, you're going to take it. So now it looks like you might be balling up a cradle. So when Reeves does have good weight management, he is one of the top wrestlers at 106 pounds in Division II. He's been having some weight management issues, but back in the lineup at 106 pounds tonight. I'm happy to see him back in the lineup at 106 pounds. So hopefully he stays in the lineup now for the rest of the couple weeks, because this is a weight class that he could very well win at Division II. So he's got a Western hook on that side. You can see him kind of underneath that ankle, or he did have it. Now he let it go. So he's got his head in the side. Looks like he's got a cradle locked up. We like to call that a bow and arrow. Again, got a cradle locked up, head in the side. Nice job there. Nice job of reloading there. He's got a little over 30 seconds, hook in the leg, still got the cradle locked up. So cradle's still locked up. Now we let go, might go to a corkscrew here. Cat's paw, we call that, kind of going underneath. You can see him kind of coming underneath that chin. Going back to the cradle. Still hasn't picked up any near fall points. Doesn't want to give up one, short time. Doesn't give up one, so nice job there, 2-0, ending the first period. Bishop Guertin's going to defer, and Reeves is going to be choosing neutral for the start of the second period. So Green's going to get a caution, not lined up properly, and now we got a good start. So nice re-attack there, single to double. Got a Navy there. So we might pick up some near fall points. Potentially dangerous there, went to his neck. They should have called 2 there, so I believe they should have a top-bottom start here. Yep, referee's position. So Reeves is going to be starting on top. So 4-0 in favor of Reeves. Minute and 40 seconds left to go in the second period. Nice job of working that bar. Got to juice that shoulder into the mat. Stepping over, keeping that one-on-one, and then stepping over the head. If he can just step over the head, which he eventually is going to, now he's going to get some near fall points. Wants to pick his head up, arches back. So he's going to pick up some near fall points. 3, that's going to give him 7-0. Step through that for the Turk. So right to his back. He's going to pick up some more near fall points. That's 2 near fall points. That should be a score of 9-0 in favor of Mason Reeves. So I know he was heavy on that ankle there, elevating it. Wanted to step through that leg and go for what's called a Turk. There he goes, he got that. So it looks like the Turk is in. Now he wants to keep that spiral there, let go of the Turk. So he wanted to keep that Turk and then spiral that in, pick up some more back points, potentially get 12-0. 8 seconds left to go in the second period. Mason Reeves handling this match 9-0. And that's going to do it for the second period. Bishop Guertin's going to have choice. And they are going to choose top. So Mason Reeves is going to start bottom on the third period. Looks like we might have some blood time, bloody nose. So we're going to get a little bit of blood time for Bishop Guertin. So I'm sure the coaching staff's going to be talking to Mason, putting a game plan together for this third period. All 3 coaches talking to Reeves now, Coach Devrient, Coach Paraskevas, and head coach Keith Etchen, all talking to Mason, trying to figure out how to potentially get a pin here in this third period. He's had some really great position riding on top, been doing some good breakdowns, and he's been obviously doing really well neutral. He's went feet to back, I think, a couple of times, so just wasn't able to pick up the pin yet. So let's see what the game plan is going to be for the third period for Mason Reeves. Start of the third period. That's going to be a restart, and he's going to go right into it should be 2 for, okay, yep. So they're going to give a 2 and a 2 since he went right to his back, and he was hurt. So they're going to do a 2 reversal, 2 back points, because Mason had him on his back, but he had to blow the whistle. So that's going to be a 4-point move for Reeves, 13-0. And that might do it for this match. I don't think the coaching staff want him to continue. So Reeves is going to pick up the win there. So good win for Reeves, back in the lineup at 106 pounds. That's going to be the last match. I do not believe Bishop Guertin has a 113-pound wrestler, so Alden Harvey's just got to go out and pick up the forfeit. So it looks like that's going to bring us to a team score of 54-25. Which again is not what the Grizzlies wanted. The big thing going into this match were those bonus points, staying away from our back. Lost a couple of matches that we shouldn't have, and got pinned in a few matches that we shouldn't have. So not a great showing for the Grizzlies at home tonight. But again, this is the stretch where they got to start turning it on. The varsity will be in the lineup at the Timberlane tournament on Saturday. And then a week from Saturday, they have the Concord Cap City Classic. So a couple of back-to-back huge tournaments for the Grizzlies. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done tonight. So they are going to pick up a loss to Bishop Guertin, 54-25. Thanks for tuning in.